Hey guys, Andrew Burr here, your favorite local real estate broker, and I made a mistake. I got a little bit too excited about AI. Honestly, I've been technology in the real estate business is booming. I think it's in every business, but in real estate, it definitely is hugely booming. So, and I try to stay ahead of that, and I try to incorporate as much as I can in what I hope is an intelligent way. However, I got a call from a customer of mine last night who happens to be my neighbor, and she's like, "What is this? That's what is the description on my listing here? Like, what are you talking about?" Well, it turns out that the AI program that I was using, which is supposed to refresh the verbiage and all that stuff every couple of weeks just to keep the listing fresh and bump it up in people's searches and all that, it actually took information from two other listings and then kind of mixed it all up with hers. So I had to check all of my listings immediately, and hers was the only one affected. But I was pretty taken aback and embarrassed that it had done this. Now, luckily, she's the kind of person that was looking at her listing every day, all day. So I don't think it was up very long for like that. But I think it's a good cautionary tale, not just for me, to not go, not maybe dive too deep. And I think I dove too deep with this particular program, and I've actually already taken that away, and we're looking at some other stuff. But AI can be a wonderful thing, and it has been a boost to our business. And not just AI, there's some other tech tools, a lot of tech tools that have been a boost to our business. I mean, this right here. If you guys look back at the stuff I was doing in 2008 on Facebook, it doesn't look like this. As a matter of fact, back then I used to put the phone on the table and look at it like this and record my videos. So you're basically looking at, up my nose or something. It progressed and eventually got better, but all these things are really wonderful things. The videos that we can film now of the properties, the ability one of the biggest things for me that I love is we have new technology where we get these wonderful heat maps, and I can go into these AI programs, and they're not even AI, but what they're doing is they're scrubbing so much information off of the internet. For me, it would take me or any individual or any team really months to figure out what these programs do in minutes. So when I list a new house, the first thing I do is I go onto one of the programs that I have and I put in the address, and it tells me within, I don't know, 30 seconds. I mean, it actually does pause. It's not instant, but within about 30 seconds, it sends me a report with these heat maps, and it breaks them down. If I want it broken down by zip code, it'll break down where the most likely buyer from that house is going to come by zip code. Now, it's not magic. It's not, infallible, but the fact that I can now spend the marketing dollars that I'm spending targeting at least high potential areas, man, it's incredible. The matter of fact, there's I just put a new listing on in Key Largo, and I got a new tool that actually will go into websites like Wealth Engine and these super high end Forbes, and it will go in and kind of collect data in there as well. It's an added cost to me, but I think it's well worth it when you're listing over $1 million. And if you're listing over $2 million, by the way, why would you not want to be in the Forbes Global Properties Network, which you can not do anywhere else but here? We have the exclusive rights in Palm Beach County, Broward, Miami-Dade. I don't know. I think it's like 5 counties with Forbes Global Properties, but that's a whole totally separate thing. But if you're listing over $2 million, you should probably talk to somebody that can put it on Forbes. But the technology is such that it's really amazing to me that we can do this without running afoul of all these different rules that shut down basically the Facebook. Because of fair housing rules and stuff like that. Facebook, I don't know, maybe you don't know. So Facebook, one of the best things about Facebook is I used to be able to target a buyer for a house based on demographics, based on how much money they made, based on what kind of car they drove. If I had somebody that was out here in the equestrian world, I could target only people that wanted equestrian stuff, because why would I spend a bunch of money marketing an equestrian farm to somebody that doesn't even like horses or isn't involved in that aspect? That all went away because of fair housing rules. And realtors are one of the very few classes that can only advertise to everybody between 18 and 65 in a county or something like it. So there's no targeted advertising anymore. So these heat maps actually make it possible for me to target through direct, either direct mail, direct email. I can focus some, of the different social media stuff because I know where the heat maps are, right? And I can advertise, most importantly, to just that. Let's say that there's Poughkeepsie, New York, is the leading buyer of a house in Boynton Beach, Florida. I don't know. Well, but the point is, I can spend the money in Poughkeepsie because that's where it's most likely going to have a buyer. So anyway, technology can be great, and that's particularly great. But don't be me and don't over rely on it and decide that you're going to let AI do some stuff without your attention, because that was really the first thing that I kind of said, this is great. It's going to do it. I don't have to, go in there and keep changing stuff up, because I was doing that anyways myself, because we always want to make sure the listings are fresh. Every time we freshen them up, they get, rate higher on Zillow and realtor.com and all these different things. But I made the mistake of becoming too dependent on AI, and don't be the same fool that I was. Although it was a great learning lesson, there you go. That's my confession. Hey, if you enjoy Questions from Chala, why don't you be a part of it? Let us know what you want to hear about, and Chala will ask me right here on live TV, kind of.